having said that, I want to talk to you about self-care today. Now, when I say that, sometimes people roll their eyes, and other times people just start thinking about bubble baths and foot massages or pedicures, the regular quote unquote self care. And I'm not saying that's not self care, but I want to take it a step further. Self care actually equals self trust. And I know that out there in this community, in the neurodivergent community, we do have some self trust issues. We were kind of raised with it. Okay. So we were raised with having to work harder than most of the people around us. And so there are a lot of us out there that are overachievers and heavily masking. And we let a lot of our self care go to the wayside. Then we've got other people that are out there and they are underachieving, they're underworking, and they keep telling themselves that they're going to do this and that and the other, and they don't. So they're losing that self trust. So I want to take self care and think of it more like self trust. Maybe your self care and self trust means taking time to listen to episode number 2 and learning the BORE feelings and processing your feelings. Do not forget, y'all, that this is important. This is very crucial. And I know feelings can be uncomfortable for a lot of you out there, and that is okay. Part of learning to accept, love, and trust yourself is processing through those feelings, allowing yourself to feel anything and everything, and that being okay. Maybe another way of self care and self trust is being honest with yourself, being honest with how you are feeling on a day to day basis. I have so many clients that they work so hard, they're not paying attention to their physical basic needs. They are not using the restroom when they need to, drinking water, eating properly, or sleeping. These are basic needs that every human being needs to survive. And when you are not allowing that type of self care, you're not able to trust yourself because you're working so hard, you're completely ignoring how your body feels. Well, self care equals self trust. Allowing yourself to be honest with what you need and how your body is feeling is so important. Maybe that self care is kind of figuring out the flow of your work week. And when you have the hours that are your most productive, right? And so you are able to schedule in some rest time, your productive times. Maybe you have to work more hours or less hours depending on your productivity. Remember, when we're given the right support and the right tools, a neurodivergent individual produces 30% more than a neurotypical person. So we really need to start thinking ourselves very different than what a neurotypical person would present as or what their self care is, right? Maybe your self care is reducing your schedule and saying no to certain things. I cannot tell you how many of you are out there that you are overscheduled. And it's literally impossible for you to be able to take care of yourself because you're overscheduled. And what you do is instead of saying no to certain things, you keep saying yes. And then you pile on your schedule and you keep piling and you keep piling and you keep piling until you're exhausted. And then what ends up happening is you get a migraine or you get sick or you go into burnout. And part of our community is learning how to take care of ourselves so we don't get to the burnout stage. Maybe part of your self-care is advocating for yourself. Maybe part of your self-care is telling somebody it's not funny when you are called illiterate or stupid. Maybe telling someone that you need to have them email you so you can have the email read out loud to you rather than sending you a whole bunch of text messages that can get lost, right? Maybe advocating for yourself is letting the people that you work with know that you need dimmer lights. Whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself, self-care, and trust yourself by listening to what you need and fulfilling those needs, right? Maybe your self-care means eating regularly. And as you're eating regularly, adding more healthy options into that eating. Again, I can't tell you how many of you are out there that you're telling me that you eat regularly because you had to come up with a system to eat regularly. However, those items are not necessarily healthy items. So maybe it's putting out a bowl of nuts and maybe some fruit for you to be able to grab when you're on the go or when you're having long work days. Maybe it's cutting up some cucumber and having carrots out so you can grab and go as needed. Okay, are you ready? Maybe your self-care means making the appointments, making the appointment to the doctor, making the appointment to the chiropractor, making the appointment to get your colonoscopy, or whatever it is that you're avoiding making that appointment to. Please don't even try and say you don't do that because I know you guys do. I am coaching you guys, and I cannot tell you how often I have body doubled to let you guys make those appointments that you haven't been making or not getting back to the emails that you needed to get back to that are crucial for you to get to the next stage of your business or that are crucial to get your children the IEP needs that they are needing. Okay, you guys, self-care equals self-trust, including those appointments. I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys want to find me on Instagram, I am the Neurodiverse Life Coach. I am also on YouTube, the Neurodiverse Life Coach, and on Facebook, the Neurodiverse Life Coach. I am so looking forward to you guys posting some of your favorite songs and tagging me so I can listen to your favorite songs and maybe watch some videos because you guys all know how much I love music. Okay, thank you so much for being out there and for forming this community. I'm so grateful. Take care. Bye bye.